Listen to your heart. It knows you better than anyone. The most thrilling Super Bowls, and The Lion King is here. It is time.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning, good morning. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. It is day 138 of Gotta Get on Ellen. People, I have 1.5 days to go on my 28.5 day challenge. That's right. Today is the last full day of no carbs, no sweets, no alcohol. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., I will be indulging in all of it. I just want to warn the people that will be at my book club, watch out, because I'm ready. I am ready to eat. I'm ready for an adult beverage. Whew, I don't even remember what the book's about. I'm kidding. I do know what the book is about. So, looking forward to that. Only 1.5 days to go. So exciting. So some pretty fun, interesting news I came across yesterday afternoon. I was reading my emails, and I got an email from Apple that said, The Lion King is now streaming on Disney+. I dropped everything and watched The Lion King. This is one of the detriments of working from home, is I have the opportunity to do such things. So yes, The Lion King is now streaming on Disney+. I haven't watched the whole thing. I watched about half of it. I didn't want to have to subject Joe to one, having to watch it, two, coming in the middle of it. I do think that he will want to watch it, but probably from the beginning. And remember when I told you back when I saw it in the theater that it literally brought tears to my eyes, that opening scene of when they're presenting Simba to everyone at Pride Rock, and then they come up with the, Lion King, that boom, Lion King. It wasn't as powerful for some reason sitting here in my living room. I don't know if it was the, atmosphere, if it was the fact that I was home instead of in the movie theater. But I remember when I saw that and how moved I was. I remember a woman a couple of rows up from me had turned to the person she was with and just said, wow. So it wasn't just me, but it didn't feel the same. But that's okay. It's okay. It's very good. If you've not seen it yet and you have Disney+, now is your opportunity. Speaking of which, I went searching for the live-action version of Beauty and the Beast not that long ago. It is not available on Disney+. Will not be available until October, they said, because of former licensing agreements. I have recently read that book by Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney, and he said that was one of the things that was kind of a big decision when they decided to roll out Disney Plus, is they were going to lose a lot of money on licensing agreements they had with other services to show their movies. So I guess they had some sort of contract with the live action version of Beauty and the Beast, and it will not expire until October. I still haven't really seen that. It was a very big hit, as you will remember, much like The Lion King. So we watched Aladdin. I think I mentioned that. It was okay. It was just okay. I mean, it was good. I liked it, but I wouldn't put it on the level of The Lion King or Beauty and the Beast. I wanted to mention today on MSN, they have the top 20 most thrilling Super Bowls. And I'm not going to go over all of them just because, one, we don't remember a lot of them. Two, we really don't care unless it's our team. So, of course, I went to the Super Bowls that included, well, I was thinking of the one 2 years ago when the Eagles won the Super Bowl. And as I was strolling through, one of the top ones, like number 18 or 16 or something like that, was the Super Bowl with the Eagles and the New England Patriots, but the first time, back in 2004, when the Eagles lost to the New England Patriots. And so that was one of the most thrilling Super Bowls. And this is what they had to say about Super Bowl 52, when the Eagles beat the New England Patriots with a score of 41-33, coming in at number 6. Coming in at number 6. It says several factors make this one of the best and unquestionably most thrilling Super Bowls of all time. First, there was the sheer unlikelihood of Nick Foles out-dueling Tom Brady and catching a touchdown pass to boot. Then, there was the near constant action, with each quarter featuring at least one touchdown. The game wasn't just full of big plays, it was also full of spectacular ones, with unsung heroes like Corey Clement taking center stage. Finally, there was Philadelphia's defense sealing the game and preventing what most people assumed would be another Tom Brady comeback. If there were a list of the best Super Bowls from start to finish, this would be number 1. Well, hello. I agree. That was a great game. I remember sitting outside during the fourth quarter and saying to a friend that even if we lost, of course, I didn't want to lose, but even if we lost, it was just such a great game. Such a great back and forth. We led most of the game, and then they got ahead toward the end. And we managed to come back. I wanted to tell you a story of Jimmy Fallon's monologue on Monday night. This, of course, the first night back on the air after the death of Kobe Bryant. If you would like to see it, I encourage you to do so. Just Google it. And it's him telling the story of the first time he ever met Kobe Bryant. He said they were in L.A. He was a couple of years older than Kobe, and they were both at this party. And, you know, Jimmy was pretty much an unknown at the time, and Kobe was just 17, just signed with the Lakers. He said, you know, they're getting to know each other a little bit. And he's like, yeah, I'm a stand-up comic. And Kobe's like, yeah, I play for the Lakers. And he's like, oh, okay. You know, because the Lakers are like, you know, the end-all, be-all in L.A. I mean, it's just a way of life for them. They love their basketball and their basketball team. So as the party's going on, the person that was throwing the party said somebody needed to go on a beer run. And Kobe's like, I'll go. That's, you know, he said he was, 17. He wasn't drinking. That's what he said. So he asked Jimmy to come with him, and the two of them went. And he said they went to this place that he thought was like a 7-Eleven. He says, you got out of the car, and he goes, I could see inside all the beer. And he's knocking on the door. The door's locked. He said he's knocking on the door, and the guy's in there. He's like, I can't sell you anything. And he's like, what do you mean? It's right there. We can see what we want. It's right there. And he's like, no, you don't understand. We're like a distribution center. Like, we sell to retail outfits, and they sell it to you. We don't sell to the general public. So there's a little back and forth, and Jimmy says that Kobe pulled out a card and said, I'm a Laker. And he said, guy opened the door right up, came in, selected what they want, walked out with 5 cases of beer. So a little bit pompous, but he just knew that would get them what they wanted, and it worked. So it was a really fun story, and you could tell. Well, Jimmy broke down a little bit while telling the story, and he said that they've been friends ever since then, and they often talk about that party when they went on their beer run, and he told him that till they meet again and go on another epic beer run. So just, the stories we've been hearing about Kobe, there is a little negativity when it comes to Kobe. There were some accusations, things that got settled out of court and such. But most people are just still broken up about all of this, and the fact that such a life can be snuffed out so early. Obviously, him, his daughter, and all the others that were on that helicopter. But so many great stories and so many inspirational quotes and memories being put out there about him. And I even saw one story where they're saying, Kobe has, in his own way, brought the country together again, all in our grief and devastation over the loss. That, we can put all our differences aside and agree to memorialize this guy. So just some things to think about. If you'd like to check out the intro, the monologue portion of Jimmy Fallon's The Tonight Show from Monday, just Google that. But yeah, it was very touching and very memorable. So I will move now on to the topic, which kind of goes hand in hand with my blog post for the day. I asked, what is something you had a gut feeling about that ended up happening? Corinne says, my daughter was dating a guy that I just had a bad feeling about. Happened a few years back. Turns out I was right. Lauren says, my Nana passed away on Sunday, and my mom said she has felt it coming for the last month. Kate says, I have a pretty good sixth sense for better or worse. The worst would have been the sudden end to my marriage that I felt coming. Lynn says, the man that my husband kindly invited for Thanksgiving dinner was a fugitive. Yes, I was there for that dinner. It was quite a scene. Turned out he was somebody that my brother worked with, and he was very friendly with him, and his wife just had a sixth sense about him and knew there was something just not right, something a little fishy about him, and he disappeared again not long after that dinner. Marcy says, I don't know if this counts, but when I found water on my floor, I thought my water heater was going bad. I called the neighborhood handyman, who said it was caused by condensation from my AC unit. The next morning, my house was flooded. The water heater rusted through. I should have trusted my instincts. I would say that counts, Marcy. Yes, it does. Linda says, having a person in your life that's unhappy with themselves. Excuse me. And Heather says, this is so weird. I've never put this out there, but my dad gave me a plant in 1997 when I graduated from college. And in 2018, my daughter knocked it over by accident. I had had it for so long, and I was upset because it was the last thing my dad had given me. I thought, why did this happen? I was going to call my dad to see if everything was okay, but I didn't. He died that day. I found out 2 days later and was so upset that I did not make that call. So Heather went on to say that her husband was able to replant the plant, and a new part grew this past year. So yeah, we kind of know when something's about to go down. And I've had that situation myself a couple of times. Sometimes we don't want to admit it. Sometimes we think if we just ignore it, it means it won't happen. But that's not usually the case, unfortunately. So with that said, I will go right into my blog post, which is titled The Heart Knows and the Gut Knows, right? So the quote I've put up for today is, you will never be able to escape from your heart, so it's better to listen to what it has to say. This, of course, from The Alchemist, which I told you I was going to be talking about all week. Remember the song Listen to Your Heart by Roxette? Yeah, I'm showing my age here, but it was a great song. I think it was their biggest hit. Truthful as well. Listen to your heart when it's calling for you. Everything you need to know is already inside you. I know a lot of people roll their eyes and don't want to hear this